Well, folks, it seems like we're living in an age where everybody's business is everybody's business. Remember when what you did in the privacy of your own home was, private? Now, it's all over the internet before you can say hashtag overshare. And don't even get me started on politics. Somehow, the most personal, intimate aspects of our lives have become political footballs. Take, for instance, who you choose to spend your life with, or, well, a Tuesday night with. Since when did who I'm romantically interested in become a matter of national debate? It's enough to make a fella blush. I mean, there are some things I wouldn't want my mama knowing, and believe you me, she's heard it all. Now, I'm all for freedom of speech. I even support your right to be wrong, occasionally. But when did we decide that personal choices, especially those made in the bedroom, were up for public scrutiny? It's like everyone's a gossip columnist these days, just itching for the latest scoop. But I digress. The point is, folks, somewhere along the way, the lines between our public and private lives got blurred. Maybe it's the internet, maybe it's the 24-hour news cycle, or maybe it's just that we've become a society obsessed with other people's business. Whatever the reason, it's enough to make a fella want to go live in a log cabin in the woods with nothing but a good book and a strong lock on the door. Now, I'm no historian, folks. I get my history from those documentaries with the dramatic reenactments and the overly enthusiastic narrators. But even I know that privacy, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, hasn't always been, shall we say, a top priority. We're talking about times when kings and queens had their love affairs splashed across tapestries, and those scandalous Renaissance painters couldn't resist capturing a suggestive glance or a wandering hand. Let's just say they were a little less subtle back then. Fast forward a few centuries and things haven't changed all that much. We've got gossip rags, tell-all memoirs, and let's not forget reality television. We're obsessed with the personal lives of celebrities, politicians, and that guy down the street who mows his lawn in a bathrobe. So maybe it's not that we've become less private, but that our definition of privacy has changed. Or maybe it's just human nature to be curious about what goes on behind closed doors. Either way, it seems like the line between what's public and what's private is about as clear as a glass of sweet tea after a family reunion. Bless your heart. Now, I'm as liberal as the next fella, at least when it comes to butter on my grits. But this whole notion of special sensitivity towards certain groups, well, it just doesn't sit right with me. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for treating everyone with respect. But special treatment, that's where I draw the line. I mean, if we're going to start handing out special treatment based on who folks choose to date, where does it end? Do we start giving preferential parking to left-handed banjo players? Do we offer tax breaks to folks who can wiggle their ears? It's a slippery slope, folks, and I, for one, am not afraid to say it. Now, I understand that some folks have been treated unfairly because of who they love, and that's just plain wrong. But the answer isn't special treatment, it's equal treatment. It's about creating a society where everyone, regardless of who they love or how they choose to live their life, is treated with dignity and respect. It's about judging folks not on who they go to bed with, but on the content of their character, the crispness of their high five, and their ability to appreciate a good pun. Let's talk about equality, shall we? It's a word that gets thrown around a lot these days, but it seems like nobody really knows what it means. Well, I'm here to tell you, folks, equality is simple. It's about treating everyone the same, regardless of their sexual preference, their political beliefs, or whether they prefer their barbecue with vinegar or mustard sauce. Now, I know what you're thinking. But Stephen, what about the unique challenges that certain groups face? And to that, I say bless your heart. Of course, there are unique challenges. Life is full of challenges. But the answer isn't to treat people differently. It's to create a society where everyone has the opportunity to overcome those challenges. It's like a pie-eating contest, folks. We all start with the same size pie. But some of us might have a fork, while others have to use their hands. Now, is it fair to give the folks with forks a head start? Of course not. That's not equality. Equality is making sure everyone has a fork, or at least a really good spoon. The point is, folks, equality isn't about special treatment. It's about a level playing field. It's about creating a society where everyone has the same opportunities, the same rights, and the same chance to succeed. And that's something we should all be fighting for together.